Live look at Vatican City. The first American Pope, Pope Leo, is holding a midnight Easter vigil. Joining me now on the phone is Catholic radio host Teresa Tomeo. Teresa, good morning for you. Good evening. I know that this is an exciting time overall. We're seeing some images right now in Vatican City, watching the ceremony unfold. Walk us through what we're seeing right now and talk about the significance of all this.
Sure. What we're seeing is the Easter Vigil, which is taking place in St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. And what you're seeing right now is the Holy Father, who is going to be using incense and starting the blessing process. This vigil, this Mass known as the Easter Vigil, is the most important liturgical celebration in the Catholic Church. Some people like to call it the Super Bowl of Catholicism. Everything leads up to this. It's really important, marking the resurrection of Jesus, and brings together the culmination of Holy Week and the significance of this beautiful vigil. And really it starts with what you're seeing right here. This area where he is the portico just outside of St. Peter's before you actually walk into the Basilica, because normally this beautiful service of light has to be done outside, and that's what he's doing right now. And everyone gets a candle. You can see some of the other bishops and the other religious carrying candles. And when you go to Mass for the Easter Vigil, for example, this evening, it will start at sunset when it starts to get dark, and it will be so beautiful and so dramatic, as you can see here. So the first part of the Mass, the Easter Vigil, is a service of light, beginning outside, as I mentioned, with the kindling of the Easter fire, which is symbolizing the light of Christ. And after this process, they will go into the Mass, which will have, as we always do in the Sacred Mass, the Liturgy of the Word and the Liturgy of the Eucharist. The big difference with the Easter Vigil is that there can be as many as 9 biblical readings, most of them from the Old Testament, but also some from the New Testament, including, of course, the Gospel, which today is from the Gospel of Matthew. And then there's also a very important part where you see many people who have been studying and praying their way into the Catholic Church, and this evening is their night. They will be brought into full communion, as we say, with the Catholic Church. So it's an absolutely beautiful celebration. It's a long Mass, usually between 2 and 3 hours, but certainly worth at least viewing on live television if you can watch it, as we are now. And it's a wonderful event for Catholics in which to partake.
We talked about how the Pope was the first to participate in one of the ceremonies where he carried the cross through all 14 stations. Again, this is just a remarkable time for pilgrims across the globe.
It really is. My husband and I live in Italy part-time, and this is also a very special year. And the Stations of the Cross were dedicated and were written by a Franciscan. And so there's so much going on, as you mentioned. It's quite exciting. There's so many things to see, obviously, in Italy overall. But for pilgrims, last year we had the Jubilee Year of Hope. This year is the Jubilee Year of St. Francis. And so from February to March, the bones of St. Francis were available for public veneration. And the Holy Father is really emphasizing St. Francis. And I think it's beautiful because with everything that's going on in the world right now, the Holy Father has really tied in the message of peace with St. Francis into various homilies and various addresses he's given. And even, as you mentioned, the Stations of the Cross last night, which I watched, just beautiful, another event to see from the Colosseum, quite moving. And the actual stations are written by a Franciscan who's a former custos of the Holy Land. So they're very powerful. And what's neat is you can go online, you can actually see all the statements and all the readings. And it's a great way to meditate if you want to have more time for prayer, to go back and look at what the Holy Father said during the stations and even his homily, which will be available later on.
Teresa, I had an opportunity to visit Vatican City last year for the first time. I am not Catholic. I was not raised in the Catholic Church, but I could not help but feel the power and the energy. Can you describe for people at home why this has so much relevance, even when we're talking about a Pope from Chicago?
Well, I think, it's significant because even if you're not Catholic, we're all Christian, right? And we carry the same beliefs as Jesus is the light of the world. And so I think we can all relate to it. And I also think what the Catholic Church gives us, they gave us the Bible and gave us the start of Christianity. Jesus founded the church on the rock St. Peter. And with the millions and millions of Christians, Catholics and Christians, all of us around the world, we all celebrate the same beliefs. We have so much more in common than we do that separates us. And so I think the Pope has been very, very great at unifying and has beautiful unifying messages, even for people within the church who may be struggling with certain things. He's reached out to many groups, and I think this is a great time for all Christians. And Catholics, it means a lot to us as American Catholics to see this Pope who has such an incredible diverse background, spent so much time in Peru, so much time around the world, and yet he's one of us. He's American. So a lot of significance, so much depth. And I would really encourage people, if they've never been to Rome, you don't have to be Catholic to go to Italy. The history there, the beauty, and I have to say, because we live in Italy part-time, nothing beats it. I've traveled around the world, and I keep coming back to Italy.
I'm with you. Teresa, if you got room in your bag next time, shove me in there, would you?
You're more than welcome. plenty of room in our little place near Assisi. You're more than welcome.
I love that. Catholic radio host Teresa Tomeo, thank you so much, and happy Easter to you and your family.
Happy Easter. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. This is a live look at the